guys, Julia here from J&M Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a little bit of a pack with me video. These are things that came in over the weekend, and I wanted to kind of walk you through what sold quick, what sold for a great price. I'd love to be able to share these with you, and I've got enough to make it interesting. Also, if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I'm going to be putting in the footage that I accidentally cut off from Monday's haul. Killing it, guys. I'm killing it. But anyway, if you are new here, first and foremost, welcome aboard. If you are into thrifting, if you are into vintage pieces that are amazing, if you are into reselling on the internet, hit subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. We're building this great community, and I would love to have you along for the ride. But without further ado, guys, I have a little bit of a time crunch, so I want to get into the packing. I need to get these packed to the post office, and I've got a full packed afternoon after this. So without further ado, let's get into the packing. So first up, and this is always such a cool sale in the dead of winter, it is early January, and these are a pair of shorts. These are from Torrid. They're a size 22. They're cute little cutoff shorts. I just thought that those were so adorable. I couldn't leave them behind. Torrid always sells really well for me. I did get these. I've had these for about 4 months. I got these kind of at the end of summer. So, you know, was it an ideal situation? No. Would I rather have gotten those in like May? Yes. But the fact that I'm selling them in January just says, like, guys, people go on vacation all the time. Not everybody lives in cold climates. You know, I'm in Southern California. I legit, you know, it's January. I see people outside wearing shorts, like just today. You know, just today they're out walking their dog and they're in shorts. So, you know, yes, I would be cautious about buying, you know, summer stuff in the middle of winter. But let me put it this way. I'm a lot more cautious about buying winter stuff in the middle of summer than I am about buying summer stuff in the middle of winter. Number one, it's smaller. Number two, warm, you know, always warm climates exist all over this country, all over this world, honestly. But I think the big thing, you know, just knowing that for the most part, everybody's dealing with some kind of storage limitations. Winter stuff is just a bulkier thing. You know, like if you're getting a chunky sweater and it's gonna sit all through summer, like that's more of a problem than a pair of shorts that are gonna sit through the winter. Anyway, so I had these for about 4 months and I had them listed for $24. My sidekick sent an offer for, my sidekick sent an offer for I think 21. They rebutted back with 18. Which I accepted. This brought my profit to $13.40. Again, for a pair of shorts in the dead of winter, I'm pretty happy about that. Next up, this is such a great brand for you. So this is a brand called Ecru, E-C-R-U. And this is an incredibly expensive brand of chinos. I mean, I will try to link the haul where I found these down below. I kind of walk through. You know, I'd never heard of this brand before, but I felt the textiles and it felt really nice. And just looking at the construction and the finishing, you know, it's almost overkill, so nice. And these, you know, retail for like close to $200, but they resell nowhere near that. I think I had these listed for $45 and I had them for about 3 months. And I got an offer for $34, which I accepted. Again, you know, I was kind of ready to get them out the door, but you know, that's still a great price considering my cost on this was $1 from the bins. But this is also just a PSA for you. If you are in the market for a pair of chinos, check this brand out because, you know, listen, $35 is a great return on investment on a $1 investment for me. But knowing that these retail for almost $200, and I gotta say, worth it. Like the construction is there, the finishing is beautiful, the fabric is fantastic. You know, if you are in the market for a pair of chinos, you should consider looking at this brand because you are gonna get something that is worth, you know, that you would pay $200 for like 30, 40 bucks. And I think that's a steal. That's pretty much what you would pay at like Old Navy. And I can guarantee you that these are gonna last and wear a lot better than anything that Old Navy makes. So Ecru is just a brand, if you have not heard of it, to put on your radar. So again, I had these for 3 months. I had them listed for $45. I got an offer for $34, which I accepted. $1 cost of the bins. That brought my profit to $29.87. Still really a great profit. Could I have held out and maybe gotten 50 bucks for these? Sure, but again, I'm in the business of getting great quality stuff to people at a great deal. Easy peasy, that's a win across the board. Next up, this is one from my own closet, and this is from the Vineyard Vines collection, the collab that they did with Target. And I 100% stayed up. I think I bought these at like 1 in the morning or whenever it was in my time zone. And I really only wore this once or twice. It's just, I just didn't really have the opportunity to. When I bought it, I was living in like a winter destination, and it just deserved more. I didn't pull it out enough to justify keeping it. Super cute. It's like a midi length. It's like a full skirt. It's cotton poplin. And, again, it's Vineyard Vines. The quality is really nice. It's got this cute little attached rope tie. I'm just trying to wrap this around so it doesn't wrinkle up. There we go. So I can't remember what I paid for this initially. I'm gonna say it was pretty reasonable. Their collabs are always reasonable. And I found that the Vineyard Vines one that they did, the quality was really nice. Sometimes the collab quality is not really as nice as it could be, but the Vineyard Vines one was very nice. Anyway, so I had this listed for $30, and if I have to guess, I probably paid around that for this, maybe a little bit more. But we went back and forth on offers. This was a situation where somebody had sent me an offer that was a bit lower, and I kind of hesitated even engaging, but we went back and forth and landed on $20. I'm not mad about this. I've had this for a couple years. It is a great skirt in great condition, and I'm super pumped for it to be, getting out of my closet and getting some wear again. I always think about it this way. Even when I take 20 bucks, especially if it's something from my own closet, I'm like, this is something that I'm getting $20 for that I otherwise would have donated. So that's an easy decision to make. Anyway, so I had it listed for 30. We went back and forth. We landed on 20. And I brought my profit for this to $16. So again, super happy about this. Super happy to be getting some use. This is, like I said, I think I wore this once. So this is pretty much in perfect condition, brand new condition. Next up is this great Barefoot Dreams open front cardigan. Just want to hit this with the lint roller one more time. I'll keep that kind of handy. It is black and fuzzy, and I am wearing a white sweater right next to it, so that's going well, as you can tell. Barefoot Dreams, of course, is that incredibly soft fabric that everybody loves, that cozy chic light. This is a size large, extra large, which is a great size to find in this. This is definitely something that almost didn't leave my house, as I am a creature of comfort and minimalist fashion. This is kind of right in my wheelhouse. It's just a little too long for me for an everyday wear. I am not somebody who loves super long cardigans. I know I'm weird. I'm okay with that. But yeah, so super happy about getting this one moved. This is one of the things, like, I will always pick these up when I see them, especially in the bins, because I'm getting them for like $1. But the thing is, I keep all of my clothes hung for the most part, whenever I can. I just feel like I like to have things kind of easy access. Some things I keep in bins, but for the most part, anything like this I keep hung. And I always think about this because I'm truly testing the tensile strength of the bars in my closet, in my Poshmark closet, my literal closet. And I always love moving these along because these are very heavy. I always laugh. It's one of the things that I've learned as I've like gotten more into higher quality clothing and just in general for myself. Like when I travel, I'm always like, why is my suitcase so heavy? All of a sudden my suitcase is now like pushing the boundaries of what I can bring onto the plane. And it's because a lot of the fabrics that I wear are just heavier fabrics. Obviously silk is an anomaly and cashmere is an anomaly, but like when you're dealing with, my beloved Everge pajamas, they're all tencel, and tencel, square foot for square foot is like 3 times heavier than something that's like cotton. And you really feel that weight difference when you are doing, you know, putting them all together in a suitcase. Anyway, so I had this guy listed for $45. I had it in my closet for about 2 months. Again, I found this kind of right at the end of summer. And I got an offer for $30. Again, could I have waited a little bit longer and gotten something more? Probably, but again, I paid $1 for this at the bins, and $30 is my target price. So I was happy to get this on the road, and again, a heavier piece off of my closet bar. But that brought my profit to $23 on this, so I'm super pumped. Again, it's a great piece. The buyer's gonna love it. It's in fantastic condition, so happy to get that on the road. Next up is this cute little top from Easel. And this is a brand, I think they sold a little bit in Anthropologie. So this is a super cute one. It's like a little sky blue heather top. It's really drapey, nice and kind of oversized. And I've had this one for 2.5 months. So I was ready to kind of get it on the road, get it out of my closet. So this is something that I would keep my eyes out for if you are able to source really inexpensively. I had this listed for $28 and got an offer for $18. I did have it for about 2.5 months, so I was ready to move it. So I accepted the $18. And the funny thing is, I've had a couple pieces from Easel that have sold very quick for a great price. And I've had pieces that have moved kind of like this. You know, the quality is there, the style is there. But it's something that, you know, with the prices that I've been seeing, the last 2 or 3, I think, that I've sent out have kind of gone like this. So maybe something really to only pick up if you are able to source really inexpensively. Like, I would not recommend if you were at the Goodwill and your long sleeve shirts are $5.99 or whatever. I would not do that on an Easel shirt right now. If you have a bins and you can get it for $1 or $2, that's a different beast. But really, when you're dealing with these kind of margins, it just, you know, you have to be mindful of your sourcing costs and what you think you're going to get for it. And hopefully these videos help you just kind of constantly adjust the labels that you're on the lookout for. So anyway, so I sold this for $18 cost from the bins. That brought my profit to $12.22. Super cute little top though. So excited to get that out in the world. Next up, this was a cool find, and I had no idea like what this was gonna go for. This is a cute little Saks Fifth Avenue like linen blend dress. It's like off the shoulders, it's got long sleeves. This is brand new with tags. So it was super cute. I had the comps for it. You know, it is Saks Fifth Avenue, and I've sold quite a bit of Saks Fifth Avenue, but mostly like their cashmere sweaters. I've never really sold their linen blend pieces. So I wasn't sure. So when I checked comps, sold comps were actually pretty low on this, like similar pieces to this. So I had this listed at $30. I mean, you know, again, I still paid $1 for it. $30 is a great profit. It's a great profit for what I'm sourcing these things for. You know, was it the $70 I had dancing in my head when I saw the Saks Fifth Avenue label? No, but them's the breaks. But anyway, so I had this listed for $30 and my sidekick sent out an offer for $27, which the buyer accepted. Again, this is such a great little dress. This is very classic styling. It's an extra large, which is great to find. So I'm super happy. I don't really know what the retail price of this was. The retail price wasn't necessarily on the label. So my profit on this ended up being $18.58. And you know, the learning from this is, you know, even if you're seeing a label like Saks Fifth Avenue, do a little comping, you know, especially if it's that store brand, do a little comping while you're in store, if you are sourcing at a higher price. This is probably, I mean, $27, I would have paid probably $5 or $6 for this. There's enough meat on the bone there. Anyway, my profit on this ended up being $18.58. So super happy about that. And that is a cute dress. It is about to be spring. It is about to be wedding season. White dresses are always in demand. Next up is this adorable little cotton sweater from Wooden Ships. Wooden Ships is a Bolo brand for sure. They have, these retail for like $140, $150, and they have a pretty like good cult following. Like there are certain things, it looks like a lot of their sweaters they have are like themed, so it'll be like holiday themed. You'll have Christmas sweaters. This is obvious, it's a heart, but you know, probably this came out around Valentine's Day. But anyway, so they're very expensive new, and they resale anywhere between like 30 and 80 depending on the sweater. So you know, I got this for $1 at the bins. I had it listed for $42. That kind of matched the other heart sweaters that I saw out there in terms of list price. Sold comps I was seeing about 30 on these. And I had it for about a month. And my sidekick sent out an offer. So I had it listed for $42. My sidekick sent out an offer. They came back at $34.80, which I accepted. A little bit more than I expected to get on it. So I am happy about that. That brought my profit to $21.80. And y'all, these sweaters are just so cute. And they're really well made. You know, again, 100% cotton, really adorable, and apparently very collectible. So very happy about that one. There we go. Next up here, oh, this was such a cool one. Now, I've had this for a little while, and I've had so much action on this. This is a cute little like jacquard blazer. It's called like the diamond jacquard shawl collar blazer from Madewell, and it's a size large. And I've had so many like offers on this from Depop. Nothing kind of came through. I don't know if I was just priced a little high on it or if it just, you know, wasn't something that was for everybody. But I've had a lot of interest in this little blazer, and it finally popped through. So I've had it for about 3 months, which is kind of surprising, just given the amount of action that I've seen on it. Come on, there we go. Paper is fighting me today. So again, I've had this for about 3 months, so I was ready to move it out the door, kind of a bigger, bulkier piece. Obviously, we're kind of, you know, we're on the end of winter buying season, believe that one or not. You'll start to see spring and summer clothes in stores now. So anyway, I had it listed for $45, and I got an offer for $35, which I gladly accepted. Happy to get this out the door. Super cute piece. I love Madewell. Madewell sells pretty reliably for me, especially if it's a newer piece. I think this was only from last year. But Madewell, for better or for worse, sells pretty well for me. Not everything sells for the most, but you know, personally, I love the brand. They are pretty much the only jeans I wear. If you have not tried Madewell jeans, and you are somebody who has like a difficult to fit body, strongly recommend it. They're fantastic. But anyway, so I got these, had it listed for $45, got an offer for $35. It was a $1 cost of the bins. Super happy about that. It brought my profit to $27. And it's another great piece out the door and getting a little bit more love and a little bit more use. And the cool thing about that is I think that this is going to be kind of in style for the next 2 or 3 years. So hopefully they'll get some use out of it and maybe even be able to resell it on their own. Next up is this great little swimsuit. This is actually going to one of you, which makes me so happy. This is a J. Crew swimsuit. It is a classic black ruffle edge, scoop front, scoop back. I mean, this is like as classic could be from J. Crew. And J. Crew swimsuits, y'all, are so expensive. They're retail for like $118. I don't know how to fold this. I think that works. They retail for over $100, and honestly, like, they're worth it. The fabric is really nice. The construction is really nice. This is not like a cheapy little cupshe swimsuit that is gonna fall apart after 2 or 3 washes. Like J. Crew swim pieces. I literally had a J. Crew swimsuit that I bought when I was in high school. Fun fact. And I only got rid of it after like I gained some weight. And that was 15 years later. It just, you know, it washes well, they last, they're made well, the fabric's nice. You know, definitely a great piece. And the good thing is, you know, this, they resell between like $20 and $35. So if you are in the market for like a great classic basic swimsuit, and you are not looking to spend a ton of money, because swimwear gets so expensive. Like there are some brands and I'm like, how do you justify charging $100 a piece? I know a little bit too much about the cost of manufacturing to be okay with that. But you know, like I said, $100, this is very expensive. Anyway, I had this for less than a week. One of you bought it. I hope you love it. I had it listed for 30 or 35. I could not remember, but I got an offer for 25, which I gladly accepted. Obviously, it's going to one of my amazing viewers, so I'm happy to give her a great deal. Dollar cost, my profit on this ended up being $19, and she is getting a fabulous swimsuit that will hopefully last her many years. Next up here, our penultimate item. This is another one that I had that sold in a day, and y'all, Wrangler pieces just move for me. You know, people just know them. I love that this has a little bit of like, I don't think that this is vintage, but it has a little bit of a vintage feel. It's got that V yoke. It's got the snap buttons. This is a size 3X. It's just a great little shirt. Easily something that can just be thrown over like a little dress, or, you know, even if you want to go like full denim tuxedo, this can go over a pair of jeans. But, you know, it's Wrangler, you know, so people know that they are getting the quality of Wrangler when they buy something like this. It's never going to sell for a ton of money unless you're getting like a real vintage piece. And if that is something you want to get into, I urge you to get online and do a little education around what the older labels look like. Because there have been some reissue like vintage series that have kind of look-alike labels that look like they're older ones. So just, you know, do your research, especially if you're in a place where you're going to be sourcing at a higher cost. But this one I had listed for $32, and I got an offer within a day for $23, which, you know, I'm moving something out the door in a day. It's a great piece. It's Wrangler. Somebody's going to love it. So I gladly accepted that. And that brought my profit to $18.40. This kind of tips into that like rockabilly feel. And anything that has that kind of vintagey feel, in my experience, just sells really, really well. So keep your eyes out for Wrangler, especially pieces that have that kind of more retro feel to them, because they will go quickly. Again, don't go spending $9.99 on them, but like if you're sourcing for a relatively low price, pick them up. And finally, this was one I knew was not gonna last. This was the coolest little sweater, and it's from Zara. I saw the face looking up at me from the bins, and I'm like, oh, that's Handsome Dan. I have a real Love Jones for smush face animals. I used to do a lot of work with the Bulldog Rescue. They are like my favorite dogs. So I'm very familiar with Handsome Dan. I'm very familiar with Uga. Although the shame of it is my rival high school growing up was the Bulldogs. Whatever. But I saw this and I'm like, it's Zara. It is co-branded with Yale. I don't know if you can see that label right there, but I knew that this was going to sell quick. It just has that very classic kind of preppy look to it. It kind of feels, I don't know if you're familiar with the brand Rowing Blazers. If you're not, you should get familiar with the brand Rowing Blazers. Very, very high demand. If you find anything while you're thrifting, you're going to want to grab that. But it had that kind of vibe to it, that very like over the top, preppy, think 80s, you know, Reaganomics kind of vibe to it. And I put a price on this of $50. And for all I know, it didn't retail for that much, but I just knew this is one of the ones that I had kind of like a gut thought that this was going to be a pretty in demand. It's a size large, it's in great condition. It's Yale, it's an intarsia knit sweater. Anyway, so I had it listed for $50, and within within 3 days, I got an offer for $40, which I gladly accepted. And with the $1 cost from the bins, that brought my profit to $33 on this. And I'm just like, I love this sweater. I'm very happy that that was pulled out of the bins. And I gotta tell you, that was a putback. So like when you are at the bins, you'll see piles of things that people have like returned to the bins after they've gone through them. This was in one of those piles. Somebody had that and put it back. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, so my profit on this was $33. This is a fan-freaking-tastic sweater. Super happy to get it back out the door. But that is it, guys. I have got to get these to the post office. Again, I've got a crazy afternoon. I'm going to say goodbye right now, but I'm going to insert the lost footage from Monday's haul, including the Alexander Wang piece, the Prada piece. But have a wonderful week, guys, and I will insert that footage right now. Next up, another unbelievable, gorgeous, like fancy shirt. This one's a size medium. This is from Velvet by Graham & Spencer. And you'll see them sometimes in Anthropology. And it's, I mean, like between this and that Parker shirt from earlier, like, I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I wish I found this a month ago, because on the day that I'm filming this, New Year's Eve is like 2 days away. So a little too late, but I feel like there's just like never not a time for a sequin shirt. Like, look at how that sparkles in the camera. And I just, like, I want to get you up close on that, because the base is like this beautiful like taupey color, and then the sequins, which flip, they don't flip and like change color like those color changing sequins, but they do flip, so there's a little bit of like irregularity and a little bit of motion to them, and they're all silver. I just thought this was stunning. This was probably a $300 shirt when it was new. You know, maybe 50 bucks on this. It's in fantastic condition. Maybe worn once, maybe. Just so pretty. Oh, I do love sequins. I never wear sequins, but I love them. This is the minimalist dilemma. I love to look at these things, but I never feel comfortable wearing them. So next up, and this, Mom, if you are watching, please turn it off. Off. Thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna save this and give it to my mom. So this is a cute little J. Crew fisherman sweater. It's 100% cotton. This just feels so beachy, and my mom's been spending a lot of time down the shore, and did I mention we're from Philly? We say down the shore, not at the beach. That is a thing. Down the shore. She's been spending a lot of time there, and I can just see her throwing this on for her morning walk. I love the kind of bell sleeves. It's got like a nice V-neck. Super cute. It doesn't have a size tag in here. I think this is about a size medium, which I think will fit her. You know, if I was to resell this, I would probably get about 35 bucks for it. But like I said, I do think I'm just going to give this to my mom, because this just looks like her. So help me, Mom, if you're still watching. Welcome to, you know, my personal conversation with my mother. But I just, like I said, this just kind of reminds me of her. I think she'll really like it. Actually, I'm going to keep hers separate. Next up here, Mom, you can come back. Next up here, this is a brand called Michael Stars, and I see a lot of Michael Stars in the bins. A lot of it is not in the best of condition. They're known for making like really beautiful, very lightweight basics. And I just thought that this in particular, like I usually don't grab it. I mean, this was probably $100, $150 new. This is like a little bit of a sweater knit here on the sleeves with like a super lightweight cotton. It is in great condition. It needs to be steamed, but it is in great condition. They are one size fits all. So this really has like serious stretch. I mean, is this going to be a one size fits all situation? Like for real? No, this will probably fit anyone from a small to a large. But I don't know. Just thought it was really cute. I'll probably get 25, 30 bucks on this. Again, great condition, and definitely a brand. Like if you are in the market for great quality basics, Michael Stars is a great brand to keep your eyes out for. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. We're getting there. I think I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces left. Next up is this pretty little velvet kimono, which I love finding this kind of like burnout velvet kimono look. This isn't like silk velvet, so, you know, it's not something that's going to fetch me. Like one of my holy grail finds that I've yet to find is like Johnny Was makes these beautiful burnout velvet kimonos, and one of these days I hope I find one. This is not Johnny Was. This is, I don't even think this has a tag, but I grabbed it because it is the burnout velvet kimono. And these kind of things do go pretty quickly for me, kind of regardless of price. And I just thought that the colorway on this was really pretty. This like nice navy blue. You know, probably 25, 30 bucks on this. It does feel brand new condition. It's super pretty. And I mean, who doesn't love a fringe moment on the bottom? Man, that picks up so nice in the camera. Gorgeous. Next up here, this is another Zara piece. As you'll see here, this has the little square on the end. So this is part of the Zara basic, will fit true to size. And it's this pretty little bouclé blazer. Now, Zara, that's something for later. I'll show you that in a minute. So Zara is known for their blazers. Like, everybody really loves their blazers. And bouclé, like, this kind of has that Chanel vibe. It's like what they're known for, this kind of like bouclé plaid. You know, it's in great condition. This probably sold new for like 120 bucks. They're kind of, this style blazer typically sells somewhere between 100 and 120 bucks. This is in great condition. Maybe some of the ones, like if this is sold out and it's something that's in demand, like this can easily go for 80 bucks or so. But I'm probably going to bank on somewhere between 25 and 35 on this. And it'll be a great little, you know, kind of statement staple for somebody. And next up, I've got two bangers to end. Like, start with a bang, end with a bang. First and foremost, should I do these first? No, I'll do this first. So first and foremost, this is a tag that I always like. My breath catches in my throat when I see it. And that is Alexander Wang. Is that showing up there? So this is T Alexander Wang, which I believe is his like basics line. Doesn't mean it's any less expensive. This is probably a $300 sweater or so. It's 100% cotton. It's hooded. Long sleeve. It's got like the most beautiful drape to it. I mean, there's something to be said, you know, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, cotton is not expensive, and, you know, you can get a cheaper all cotton sweater, but let me be real with you. There is a wide spread between cheap cotton and high quality cotton. There's a thing, I don't know if you've ever heard the term staple in cotton. But when, like, if you're looking for sheets and you're looking in like high-end sheets, you will sometimes see like long staple cotton. And the shorter the staple, which sometimes they do to like game thread count, they'll use like a shorter staple cotton, literally makes the cotton like thread more fragile. So long staple cotton means that you have like a staple of cotton is literally like a fiber of cotton. So imagine if you have a bunch of short fibers woven together, they're going to be more brittle versus like long, you know, long staples, long fibers, they're going to have a lot more to grip onto. So yes, there's a big difference between cotton. Yes, I understand you can go to H&M and buy a cotton cardigan for $29.95, but I will tell you one thing, it's going to be falling apart in 3 washes. This will last the rest of your life with proper care. Anyway, tangent, sorry. I'm really passionate about cotton. It's kind of a thing. Like I was literally at one point in my life going down the road to starting a sheet company. So that's the level of cotton nerd that I am. Anyway, this is a size small. Again, this was a $300 sweater. I literally just sold a pair of his like leggings that he did as a collab with Uniqlo for 50 bucks. This might fetch close to 100. We'll see. I don't know. I'm probably going to bank more on like 50. Even still, that's a great sale for me, and whoever buys it is going to get like a really fantastic piece of clothing for a great price. Even at $100, they're going to get a really fantastic piece of clothing for a great price. But so exciting to find. And finally, These were in a glass case when I was leaving. And I was like, I saw this and I'm like, what are those things? Like, I need to see what they are. And as soon as he pulled them out, I saw that. I saw that stripe on the heel and I'm like, oh my God, those are Prada shoes. And they are not my cup of tea, for sure. These look unworn. The leather is incredibly nice. I do not think that these are fake. I would almost bet my life on the fact that these are real. Like, you can just tell in leather quality. And these are vintage. I want to say that these are probably from the early 2000s. I think that they're actually women's, and I think that they're considered sneakers. The one thing is the straps were kind of ripped off of here, but I have a cobbler that is able to reattach these and really like match the stitch pattern. I paid $5 for these. These were, they were just kind of their own price there. They're a size 41, which I think is a size 10 women's. It would be like a size 10 women's, a size 8 men's. I mean, they're so ridiculous, but like I have that rule. If it's weird and well made, I'm going to pay attention because there's somebody out there that's going to be like, those are the coolest shoes in the world, and they're going to turn it into a fabulous look, and all jokes on me. But you can't leave behind Prada shoes for $5. So I'm going to make sure that I keep these one way or another. Like when they do sell, I want to make sure that I get them in either like a short form, what's sold, or a long form, what's sold. If you are not already following me, if I don't have a ton of things to sell, I try to ship like every day. So if I don't have enough stuff to warrant like a big video, I'll do little short ship with me videos on my TikTok and my Instagram. I will put all of the handles right here, and I'll also link them down below. So follow me along there if that's something that you want to see. I'll make sure that when these go, that they get in one of those formats, so you can see what they do end up going for. But that is it, guys. That is the haul. I mean, what a haul to start the week out on. I mean, again, it was a really crowded day at the bins, but I'm glad that I got some of these pieces. I mean, Prada, Alexander Wang, Donna Karan. I mean, these are some unbelievable pieces. So for all the numbers nerds out there, I have 36 pieces and I did pay about $40. Again, these cost me a couple dollars. All in the MSRP on everything I found today, and I'm gonna remind you that I spent $40, is $6,000. I'm anticipating sales somewhere between $1,100 and $1,200, and obviously there's a lot of variation here. Like these, I'm kind of banking on getting $50 for, which is great return on investment for me. But once I do a little bit more research, if I find out like these could easily go for $300. There are absolutely vintage Prada sneakers that have sold for $300 recently. I just don't know of these in particular, and I'm never gonna bank on that higher number. So anyway, between $1,100 and $1,200 worth of sales, which will bring my profit somewhere between $900 and $1,000. And that brings me to 23.75x return on my investment. Just insane. But guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging with me while I do these hauls and while I do my ship with me's. It is so much fun for me to have somebody to talk to about this. It just makes me so happy that there are other like weirdos out there in the world that are into the same thing that I'm into. It really it warms my heart, and as we go into the new year, I am just like so beyond thankful for all of you. Anyway, if you had fun, don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below. It really helps me out. But without further ado, guys, Happy New Year. Have a wonderful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next one.